Hello, 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 everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome back again. I don't know if you can hear me, and I don't know why my camera looks kind of weird. Hi, everyone. Welcome back again. Hi, Newsman. Hi, Newsman. Hi, Jayan. Hi, Amisi. Hi, Baiti. Hi, everyone. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Shimari. Is it Shemari or Shimari? Hi, Oliver. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back again. Hi, Jaden. Welcome, everyone. Welcome again to another Global Hack Week. So, if you don't know me, okay, yeah, thank you so much, Shem. Hi, Thusa. Hi, Jaden. Welcome, everyone. So, if you don't know me, you're going to meet me today. So, I haven't streamed like in 3 months or 3 months. I don't remember. But my name is Amy. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to see everyone here. I'm so glad to be again with all the community back here. I love it. I love being here. I love meeting new hackers from all around the world. And you can call me David. You can call me Dave maybe. But yeah, welcome everyone to Go Hack Week. So as you can see, the title of the stream is Hack Your First Streamlit app. So today we're going to learn how to use Streamlit. We're going to learn basic thing about Python, and also we're going to create some interesting things about Pokemon. So if you like Pokemon, um, stay here. We're going to learn a lot of things about Pokemons and the Pokemon API. Why don't we first of all, let me know, is Pokemon, have you who likes Pokemon here? Also, so let me know if you are hearing me. Oh my god, you lost me, right? Oh no. Hi there, can you hear me now? I don't know if you're able to hear me. Are you hearing me now? Oh, oh yeah, thank you so much. Cool. So yeah, I think you can see me too, right? Uh, yeah, yeah, I know, I know. Okay, so okay, I think now you're able to hear me, right? Cool. So let me just share my screen so I can share with you my slides like on full view. Uh, so yeah, share screen window and then go to yeah. I think now you're able to see everything, right? So again, welcome everyone. So today we're going to learn. Oh no, you are not able to see, right? Yeah, now you are. Cool. So as I said, welcome everyone. So today we're going to learn how to hack your first Streamlit app. My name is David Lazaro, or you can tell me David, or you can tell me Dave, however you want to pronounce it. So yeah, so I'm a coach at the MLH. I'm also a software development engineer at Aspetech. I also work in communities like GitHub Campus Expert. I am a founder of some hackathon here in Mexico called Ticket Hacks, and I really love hackathons. I really love like the hacker community here at the MLH. I love everyone of you. So if you're seeing like these two big guys, one is called Pompompurin and the other one is called Snoopy. Both of them are like my alter egos. I also was a MLH fellow. So if you haven't heard about the MLH Fellowship, I totally encourage you to search on Google MLH Fellowship so you can know a little bit more about being an MLH fellow and working with big companies like GitLab or like Meta or like Google and things like that. So yeah. Also, there's like this machine learning group that I love being part of called MLCats, and currently I'm working on building a startup, a research tool, and more things that I think I'm not able to talk about. But yeah, so glad to meet every one of you. So let's begin. So what is Streamlit? So Streamlit is an open source Python library used for creating web applications for machine learning and data science projects. So as you can see here, and as I said, we're going to create some kind of data visualization tool that you can use for your projects or whatever you want to use. And basically, we're going to build this interactive and customizable web app quickly, easily, direct from Python script. You don't need to know anything about you don't need to know anything about like web development and things like that. Yeah, extremely sounds lit. It is lit. Let me tell you, it is super lit. You're going to build like a full web page without needing to build anything of HTML code or JavaScript or things like that. We're going to use full Python code. So yeah, it simplifies the process of creating user interfaces, allowing developers to focus on their data analysis or machine learning models, and without needing the expertise of web development. So yeah, but why Streamlit? So Streamlit is a revolutionizing way of the scientists to like create new data visualization tools, and so in this time of where we are currently, like being a web developer is a really cool it's a really cool skill, but I think it is not enough for companies, because sometimes companies doesn't have like enough budget to have an engineer and also having a data scientist and also a machine learning engineer and things like that. So if you're building a startup and you have to be like the person who needs to care about all these three roles at the same time, having the way of building web application without the capacity of building web applications, like, hey, I don't know anything about web development, but I know a lot of data visualization. I know a lot about data science, artificial intelligence, and also I love Python. So that is perfect for you. So thanks to this, you have like a lot of integrations to Streamlit. You can add some real popular data science and machine learning libraries to your Streamlit applications, such as scikit-learn, matplotlib, plotly, pandas, and things like that. Also, you can use super easily machine learning models for processing like images, processing data, and I don't know, building an image classificator, building an NLP application or something like that, right? So also, it is super easy to build things. Like the syntaxes of a Streamlit is super easy to do. It's like reading and coding like at the same time. So for example, if you want to display like a text, you can just use stwrite hello world, stwrite stream, or magic, for example. You have like three modes of coding in a Streamlit, and you can use each one of them however you want. Also, you have like this easily way of deployment everything that you want to use. Like, if hey, I want to build my web application, but I want to bring it to my cloud, like AWS, like GCP, like Azure, whichever cloud are you using, you can deploy everything that you want to everywhere, whenever you want. Also, you can deploy it just on GitHub, and I don't know, using a GitHub repository, and that can be your web page. You don't need to worry anything about like knowledge about deployments of web applications and things like that. So yeah, don't worry about it. It is as easy as just running some command like a Streamlit build or something like that, and after that, you're going to be ready to go. So another cool thing that Streamlit has is that Streamlit can focus on data and not all in infrastructure. You know, like sometimes we build applications with React or with Angular and things like that, but we have to care about like node packages, or like, hey, this guy is using Bit and I'm using Webpack, or hey, I'm using TurboPack, or this guy is using Webpack. What do I do? So there's a lot of stuff that you need to know about web development, and if you do not know about that, like setting up your environment, like setting up like, your projects for just running it is like hard as hell. So yeah, here in Streamlit, there's nothing like that. Everything is as easy to go as running some Streamlit CLI command, and everything should be ready to go, or to install your dependencies like pip install our requirements.txt, and you should be good. So also you have like intuitive user interfaces. You don't need to worry anything about that, like JavaScript stuff, whenever the user makes click in some button or things like that. So yeah, it is easy to go. It is easy to learn. Trust me, we're going to build something really cool. So yeah, we have the documentation here. It is https docs.streamlit.io, and let me pass you the URL here on the chat. Yeah, let me put that here. And here's the documentation of the Streamlit tool that we're going to use. So, okay, David, you say we're going to hack something. You say we're going to hack your first application. Where's the application? What are we going to do? You're lying. You're scamming us. That is a lie, man. That is a lie. Just be patient. We're going to build something awesome, like a Pokemon database visualizer. So if you like Pokemons, like my favorite Pokemons of all time are Chipchar and also Rayquaza. So let me know if you have ever played Pokemon. If not, don't worry about it. You don't need to know anything about Pokemon. We're just going to build a super friendly Pokemon data visualizer so we can identify Pokemon types and things like that. Also, we're going to use some Kaggle data. We're going to use some Kaggle data sets, and also I think we can use the Pokemon API for making like interesting stuff. So yeah, but let's first jump to the Streamlit documentation, and let me know if you can see the documentation. Let me know if everything is good onto here. And if you have questions, feel free for bringing on any question in the chat box. I'll read whenever I have time. So Byte says that he likes Pokemon, but he likes only the Pokemon from Gen 1 till Gen 4. Hey, that is okay. Like, everyone knows that the best Pokemon is Pokemon Emerald or Ruby or Sapphire. But longer than that, like no other Pokemon. Well, maybe Black and White. But yeah. But that is not the question here. Is this used for saving the app? Does it have a backend? You can build a backend with, you can integrate your API separately from your application, and also you can serve your app in the Streamlit in an easy way with just a command. So Streamlit can handle front-end and back-end things, because in Python, like it's Python code, you can use Flask, you can use Fast API or whatever you want to use for building the application. So yeah. But yeah, let's just begin with this. So what is the first thing that we need to do? So the first thing that we need to do is go to GitHub, and let me share this tab. So yeah, we first need to go to GitHub. Here's my GitHub username if you want to follow me. That is not necessary, but yeah, we can go to create new repository, and after that, just creating something like Streamlit, blah, blah, blah. Just choose your owner as your own user. You put here like Streamlit Global Hack Week. And description and learning Streamlit. Yeah. And you can just add a README and then create your repository. I have already created my repo, so I'm just going to use my repository. And after that, you can go here and so the pay of your repo on GitHub. So don't worry if you never used GitHub ever before. If you haven't, let me know that. But if not, don't worry about it. We're going to use GitHub. So we're going to use also GitHub code spaces that basically can take care. Yeah, it is not necessary if you want to work in your own local computer. It is good. I'm using GitHub code spaces because I'm working on Windows, and always Windows have problems with Python dependencies or environments and things like that, or at least it is a miss, like building an environment, a virtual environment, things like that. So yeah, we can just use GitHub code spaces for avoiding that kind of stuff. So yeah, and also let me make a little bit of zoom here. I think this is more than enough. So let me know if this is enough or if you want me to make more some into it. So yeah, you should be seeing something like this. It's going to take a little bit of time, and we're going to create our first main main file called main.py, and main.py is going to use it's going to be our the home of our application. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you are ready to go, if everything is good, if the sum of the screen is enough, or if do you need me to zoom a little bit more into my screen. So yeah, okay. So it looks like we're ready. So let me go here to share this tab. So when you're entered to the documentation at streamlit.io, the thing that you're going to see is something like getting started, like the installation. So first of all, we're going to create our virtual environment. And where are we going to create that, David? Okay, so we're going to use virtual environments because creating a virtual, because working with our application with other persons can be a little bit messy if we let packaging things and kind of version control things into our main computer. So for avoiding that kind of stuff, we're going to create a virtual environment that basically an environment that is going to take control of like all the libraries and is going to take control like all the versions that we are using in our project. So yeah, so the first thing that we need to do is go into our console, open a new console, and then create Python m bmb and the name of your environment. So I'm going to call it bmb, like virtual environment. And you should be creating a virtual folder called bmb, and in that folder we're going to have like things that I'm not going to talk about like today, but you only need to understand that the virtual environment folder has like some kind of scripts that allows me to enter to this virtual environment and host there a lot of things that I need for my project. So another thing that we are going to use is a git ignore file, and this git ignore file is going to help me to just kind of ignore some stuff that I don't want on my git history. So I'm going to add the folder bmb, that is the home of my virtual environment and all the scripts that I'm using. And for accessing to my virtual environment, the only thing that I need to do is using the command source bin, virtual environment bin and activate. And after that, hey, I'm already inside my virtual environment. So the only thing that I need to do now is installing all the libraries that I'm going to use. So I know that is a lot of information. So let me read if someone is, okay, it looks like no one is like lost. So I'm going to continue. If you have any questions or if you're getting stuck into some point, let me know. I'm going to help you. So yeah, let's return to Streamlit. So as we can see, for running Streamlit, we first need to install it with the pip. So let's go again to our project and just use pip install Streamlit, right? So we're going to see that we're going to be installing a lot of stuff, a lot of things that we need for pip for Streamlit. So while it takes off, we're going to see what else do we need to do. So we need to validate the installation by running our Hello app. So we're going to just go here, and after that, okay, so this is still downloading. So we're going to assume that we have already seen that. So we're going to see like the main concepts of the Streamlit. So for running in this Streamlit on the Streamlit application, as we can see, Streamlit has like its own command in our CLI or into our terminal. So for running Streamlit applications, we're going to say Streamlit run in our main application. That can be like, I don't know, app.py or main.py, right? So after that, we can just use it as a Python model or things like that. So yeah, so looks like for now, everything looks good. So let me just see if there's like some example that we can use for using some random stuff. Okay, I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to go to main.py and then use this Streamlit NumPy pandas. Yeah. Okay, so let's just clear our terminal by using clear. And okay, right. So looks like everything is ready to go. So let me just run a streamlit, run, and main.py. And okay, so as we can see, thanks to GitHub code spaces, I have a terminal that, well, I have my server running inside my code space. And if I just click into this URL, I'm going to see like my main application of a Streamlit with some kind of random data that I'm using here. This is just an example. Everything that I'm looking at is right here on my Streamlit documentation. So you can go here and take all these examples with this URL. Okay. Thanks, Tommy. I'm not looking for a video editor, but thanks you. Let me see. Hi, Pollo. Hi, everyone. Okay, yeah. So if you're ready to go, let me just go here, and why don't we look into like the kind of components that we can use for Streamlit. So let me show again my tab. So let's go to the library. Okay, so the first thing that we can use is stwrite. That is just for writing some kind of data or stuff like text element or things like that. We can use also Markdown. We can use titles. We can use headers and stuff like this. So why don't we start first creating a title inside here? So let's go and say st.title. It's going to be, instead of Streamlit tutorials, it's going to be Pokemon data visualization tool. And let's just refresh this and see if this is like perfect. Okay, yeah, so we have Pokemon data visualization tool, and after we have this, let's use another thing like a subheader or like a caption. So I don't know what do we want me to use. Okay, so let's just use a divider for dividing like the title with the current stuff that we're going to use, like st.divider. And okay, so let me see where's, okay, yeah, it is divider. So after that, we're going to use some other stuff like st.subtitle, and use I don't know, Pokemon data, Pokemon name. Oh yeah, we can use our cargo that set, right? So let me share this tab again and start using cargo Pokemon dataset. So the complete Pokemon dataset. Okay, so we have our Pokemon dataset that we can use here, and I think oh, it doesn't weigh that much, so I'm just going to download it. Oh yeah, I need to. Okay, so let me just change my tab here while I'll log in. And after that, let me just sign it with Google and download this. And okay, so it looks like everything has been already downloaded. Let me put this here in my documents. And after putting this on my documents, I'm going to just add them to my repo. And also I'm going to share with you the URL that I'm using. So I'm asking you there, could you go to setting up the virtual environment instruction? Yeah. So for setting up your virtual environment, you just need to go here. Let me share my tab. Yeah. So for first creating a virtual environment, we need to use the command Python m bmb, and with that should be oh yeah. So like the commands is Python m bmb and the name of the virtual environment that you want to use. For example, you can say like virtual and or bmb or environment, whatever name you want to use, right? So after this, we're just going here to create a Pokemon dataset. Have I already put that? No, I think not. So let me just use it right here. Yeah, I think I already, yeah. Okay, so let's just try to read this document.csv. And how do we read CSVs on Python? So we cannot use the with open and the CSV. And we also for reading CSV, we want to import CSV. And now we can use the CSV, right? So let me just delete this and open this with by loading the data. So okay, right. So we are going to load our data and we're going to store it on the cache. So we don't need it to upload to download it again or read it again whenever we reload our page. So let me quit this subtitle and use it right here. Okay, so we have already opened our data. So we're going to use a sidebar. So we're going to put a sidebar here. And yeah, I don't think I want a sidebar with this. Yeah, to be honest, I don't want this kind of sidebar. Okay, yeah, so if you know what I'm talking about, I can show you what is a sidebar. So a sidebar is a widget that we can use in our streamlit, but I think I'm not seeing here. So let me go here, annotated text, drawable canvas, data elements, data frames, data editor, static tables, Dix and JSON. I don't know. Let me search for the sidebar. Yeah, there you go. So this is a sidebar. The sidebar is basically one like big bunch of like a big square that we can see at the left of our page, and we can put things on our sidebar, and we can hide them or show them. Like for example, I can have like I don't know, like an input, a button that calculate things and things like that. So yeah, let's just go here into main.py. Let me share my tab, but I think for now I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to load my data, and after loading my data, I'm going to try to create a data frame. So for creating a data frame, I'm going to ask GitHub Copilot to create that data frame. Like I think it's create a frame with the Pokemon data. So for this, I need to use a data frame, and for creating the data frame, I need to use another thing. So let me go here and just wait a little bit until I see the data frame documentation here. So let me search for data frame on my page. So data frame, PD data frame. Yeah, there you go, data frames. So we have data frames, so we can display a data frame as an interactive table. So that is what we want to do. So here on our Kaggle data set, we can see that we have the following columns here, like name, Japanese name, Pokédex number, percentage male, type 1, type 2, classification, height, weight, etc., right? So let's try to see what else can we do with this, right? So we have type 1, type 2, and also we have like the classification. So let's just go here again and try to upload our data frame into our streamlit thing. So for loading our data frame, let's try to see the documentation. So it says, this command works with data frames from pandas, pyarrows, snowparks, PySpark, blah, 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 right? So we can pass just the data frame and try to see it working in action. So the first thing that we are going to use is creating a data frame, PD data frame that is the data. And we're going to use that for displaying the data frame. But instead of using the st.write function, we're going to use our st.data frame and pass it the data frame, right? Data frame and pass it to data frame. So let's try to go here into our page and try to reload this, see if this worked. Reciprocated, student needs sketching command. Oh yeah, so let me just quit this and use it right here to reload it. And Okay, so yeah, it looks like we have been able to display our data frame thing. So we can see like the abilities, the like for example overgrow, like each one of the abilities and how they work. So for example, we have against block, against dark, against dragon, like each one of the abilities of each Pokemon, like all the abilities that exist, and how they work with each one of the the kind of Pokemons that we have, right? Also, we have some kind of information like Japanese name, percentage male, Pokedex number, SPT attack, blah blah blah, blah, right? Uh, so yeah, so as we can see, we have like a lot of stuff like the name of Pokemons, the attacks that they have, like I don't know, like how great they are against some kind of Pokemon, how bad they are, and so on and so on. Um, yeah, we're using pandas for creating our data frame and for building some other stuff that we're going to see right now. Uh, yeah, let me push that into my repo. So Pokemon first, like in it, let's call it like that. So I have to finish this and let me just push that, accept, and yeah, looks like everything is up. Uh, yeah. Let me know if you are able now to see everything. Thank you so much, Sabira. I already pushed like the changes, so let me know if you are able to see them, and if not, I'll try to do some other stuff. Um, so okay, we have been able to first say this. So what else can we do with this? Okay, so I was searching on Google like Pokemon um, data visualization tools, and to be honest, I liked really much this kind of initiative, like having the type, like having like the Pokemon image, the image of the Pokemon logo, and having like for each Pokemon being able to see like each information in the table, or we can do some other stuff like just putting like I think this one is easier, and we can make it like super simple, super fast. Um, so as you can see, we have been able until now um, to show some kind of data in just let's try to count this code. So what do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines of code. And with this 8 line of code, we have been able to create like a super easy to do web page with a table, like a table with all the information that you need for seeing your Pokemon, um, like your Pokemon's information, and we can do more stuff with that, right? So let's go here and try to see more components that we can use. So let's go again here. Let me share my tab. So okay, I'm trying to search some other stuff that we can use. So we have a data editor, and also we have like configuration. But I'm trying to look up if we can use something else. Like, what do you like? What do you want to do? We have two options. The first one is to continue with this data visualization tool. We can just use a kind of like just make prettier our table, or we can learn how to fetch some data from an API, and with that API, showing information about that Pokemon. And I think the internet died. Huh. It,
Internet died?
I think so.
On the fuck. Let me fix it for you. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
So I don't know if my internet died. Can you hear me? So Stellar says that the API options is can be interesting. API option. API. Okay, yeah. Yeah, looks like okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we can go here and okay, so everyone is saying that to look at the API thing. So let's go to the Pokemon API. And yeah, so let me share with you the Pokemon API option. And here's the URL. And if you haven't used ever this API, this is like the most popular API, like for learning web development, like for learning how to fetch stuff and things like that, right? So this is the Pokemon API that we're using, and this API allows us to fetch like different information by the name of the Pokemon, like the ability, like the name, um, the images of like a sprite of a Pokemon, and also like the where do they appear, like information like the table that we have seen here that we built, but basically instead of having a CSV, instead of having a CSV structure, it has a JSON structure. So yeah, we can do stuff with this. We can work with this. So let's try to see what can we do with this, right? Okay, so let me go again here. And it is super easy to fetch something in Python. So because we're not going to use this table right now, we can just quit this. And okay, so we have our Pokemon data visualization, right? So instead of using pandas and all the stuff, we're going to use import requests. So request is a library that we can use for making petitions to other web pages or like to APIs. So let's try to first create a function called def get Pokemon data and write. So we have our URL that is basically Poke API Pokemon blah 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 blah, and this gets us a bunch of information. In this occasion, we don't want that much information. We just want our data Pokemon information. So after getting that, we can store the response here on request that get URL, and we can store it on a data variable, and we can just return the data, right? But because we're using a petition in Python, we want to use this word called try. So it will try to make the petition to the Pokemon API, and we can have another except like exception as E, and then write like the error, right? So the data is going to be known, and we're not going to return anything, right? So return. Okay, so we can have that, and so Pokemon data doesn't have anything, and it is a good a good what? Okay, so this is a dictionary actually, right? So it is a good practice for each function that we write in Python to pass the kind of data that we're going to receive, and also use like this arrow to say what is going to return this function, right? So in this case, we're going to return like a kind of a dictionary that is going to be stored in this data. So this dictionary is going to be basically like the JSON data, but already in an object format. So yeah, so we can just try to use this, and remember we're using like this function called request.get for getting or for making a get petition to this URL that is a Pokemon API.co API/v2/dito, and then we're going to return the response JSON data. So now let's just try to display this data, right? So we're going to try to write Pokemon data. And Pokemon data has something interesting that is, let me share for this. So the 5 things that we want to show are the name of the Pokemon, the image of that Pokemon, and also we want another thing that I'm thinking about. Maybe the weight can be weight. Yeah, we can have like the weight of the Pokemon and the type that is that Pokemon is, right? So those are for the type of the Pokemon, the weight of the Pokemon, the image of the Pokemon, and the name of the Pokemon. So we're going to do that, right? So I'm thinking about like instead of using like this, using like a subtitle with the name of the Pokemon. So this is going to be that name. that get name. Um, okay, and then st dot right Pokemon data dot height. Well, we don't want the height, we want the weight, right? And also the st dot right Pokemon data height in base experience. Yeah, I don't think I want that. I just want like the name, the weight, and the type, right? But for showing something interesting with the type, we can use something here in the streamlit called how is it called? I don't know. It is called, oh yeah, annotated text. So we can use the annotated text and having something like um, maybe having a specific color for each kind of type of Pokemon that we can use, right? So oh yeah, you're not seeing this, yeah. So yeah, annotated text is like a component that we can fetch from another user that has put this component inside the component library in Streamlit. For installing that component is super easy. We just need to run the pip install as the annotated text component into our CLI, and after that we can just however we want this component. So we can use the see that component with all the parameters, and we can use also the like each kind of color that we want to use, right? So yeah, let's just continue with this. So the first thing that so before seeing that, let's just try to fetch the image. Let's see that image. To be honest, I don't remember how to put an image. So let me try to search image. Oh yeah, it's basically a that image. So yeah, looks like the image can be an array or a byte or something like that, right? So yeah, let's try to do that by going again here to reference and searching image. Canva, blah, blah, blah. Image coordinates. Yeah, I don't want this. Can I have just like an image? Camera input. Oh, there you go, image. So yeah, it is as easy as passing st.image and copying like the full URL of your image that is on the web. So we're going to use that st.image. Pokemon get a sprite and from default that is. So you're asking what is this? So and a sprite is like a pixel. It's like a pixel art image, and each Pokemon has different kind of sprites depending on the type of Pokemon. So, for example, the male Ditto is different from the female Ditto, or is going to be a different image seeing the Ditto from front or from seeing from back, right? So we're just going to use like the default front image that is this one, and this image is going to pass us this big Ditto image, right? So yeah, let's just put that here into our code. So let's just try to use Pokemon data.get sprites that get from default, and let's try to see if this is doing something. So a sticker, okay, yeah. So let me just reload this thing and see if we're able to see this stuff. And expecting value line 1, column 1. So if Pokemon data maybe st.write Pokemon data received successfully, and let me again make this stuff. It looks like we are having an error in our component, right? So let's try to see which error is that. So expecting value line 1, column 1, char 0. But which error is that? It's Pokemon data, Pokemon data. Is this the correct URL? I don't know. Let me copy and paste this. Maybe it is not. Yeah, it is not. Neat. Oh, Streamlit has no subtitle. Oh yeah, you're right. This is my bad. So let me just put right Pokemon data that get name, and let's just try to refresh this again. And let's go. We're seeing like the information about Ditto. So cool. We have now the data image, and uh, is your data there? No, it's not. Well, I don't know. And what do you mean with this question? Do you mean like if the data was like fetched already? Because I don't know. Like it looks right. But yeah. Let me just go again here and try to see. Stream text element, title, header, subheader. Yeah, it is header and subheader, right? So let me change this again to header. Pokemon data successfully, and let me just try to quit this, and instead of using this, let me put header and subheader. And okay, we have the image ready. Oh yeah, so the data set was used before. Now we're looking at an example of how to use APIs with uh, Python and Streamlit, and how to fetch the information about Pokemon from the Pokemon API. And we're trying to get that data and displaying that data into our application in Streamlit. So until now, the only thing that we have done has been like creating a title and a divider of the app um, that is this title, Pokemon Data Visualization Tool, and the divider. And also we have Pokemon data retrieved successfully, data, I think this is the weight of the Pokemon, and this is the cool image of data, right? So yeah, that is the only thing that we have done. So we created a function called Pokemon data that basically doesn't receive any kind of argument, but returns a dictionary. So we also have another thing called, so we use this in Python, like in JavaScript, that you can, for fetching data from another part of the internet, we use like the try except, but I think in JavaScript is like try catch. But yeah, we first try to get a response from our URL. If we don't have a response, or if we receive an error, we're going to accept that error, or like catch, like in JavaScript. So we're going to catch that error, and we're saying like, hey, if something happens, store the error as the variable e, and write like the kind of error that is happening. So we're going to print that, and also we're going to set data to like null and return data. But remember, null doesn't exist in Python, so we're defining it as known. And finally, we have like our Pokemon data. So if everyone goes well, we're going to display the Pokemon information that we have just received, right? So yeah, let me just refresh this. Oh my God, you were not seeing this, right? Oh my God, sorry for that. I'm looking at. Oh my God. So, so Shem is saying like, oh, okay, thanks. I'm listening more than watching, playing a game on my phone. Okay. Uh, is this automation? What do you mean with automation? Can you explain a little bit more about that? But yeah, so until now we have put this data here. So this looks good, but let's just try to order this and do some things like formatting this first letter. So let me just go here into my VS Code, well, my code space, and okay. So first we get the data, but we need to do something with that data, right? Um, so let's try to do some capitalize for displaying correctly this thing. So let me see if this is working. Okay, yeah, it worked. So okay, now we have like this 40, but this is weight, right? So we need to specify that this is basically weight, and putting this data behind this the name of the Pokemon, right? So let's change this. Let's just put this image right here, and putting the height, and instead of putting this, well, I think the height can be unformatted, right? So let's try to see something. Let's try to say something like Pokemon. Wait, and this is the Pokemon data. So is this correct? Let's refresh just this. All right, yeah, it is 40. So Pokemon weight is 40, and the name is Tito, and this stuff, right? So what are we going to do now? So we're going to first install this component that is the one that we're going to use, like the annotated things, so we can format each data, like a color for each data that we're going to use, right? So let's just go here again, and let me go into my bash. And in my bash, I'm just going to paste this and run it, and I think it is running. So I don't know if I have passed you this URL, but I'm going to pass you this. Blah, blah, blah. No, I haven't pushed this, but let me push that, right? What categories this work out for? I don't know if the category, if you mean about which kind of technical stuff are we doing. So we're currently making web development, but without having like web development knowledge. Yeah. Well, I'm just formatting for like showing you like making this kind of stuff is like super easy in Streamlit. Like, I mean, like you can see it here with these 6 examples. Like it just takes like the name of the kind of caption, like of the kind of format that you want. So you can use like a subheader, a caption, a code block, a header, title, markdown. Like, I mean, you can automate like markdown stuff if you want. And also, if you are like a real scientific guy or something like that, you can use LaTeX and auto format each one of this stuff here. Yeah, but now we're just going to install this component. So we have already run this command here. And so it looks like it has already been installed. So let me share again my tab on my code space, and let me just go here and import this. So from annotated text, import annotated text, and let's go here into our Pokemon format that we're using. And so we're going to use something like annotated text, I think it's called annotated text, and annotated text is going to have like the Pokemon. Yeah, I don't want that. I want my Pokemon information that is going to be F Pokemon type, and the Pokemon type is going to be the type. Yeah, right. All right. So we first format this as Pokemon type. Then we are going to pass like the argument that is the Pokemon data that get types, that get type, and get the name. And why are we doing so many gets? So let's go and try to see the API to see what are we having here. So we have, let me go for types. And yeah, so as we can see here in our JSON, we have an array called types, and this array has like different types. And why is that? Because it is like that because Pokemon can have more than one type. They can be like, I don't know, electric or normal or water or fire and something like that. So inside this array, we have like 2 things. The first one is like the slot, and the second one is the actual type. So we are going to use like Pokemon data dot get types dot get type dot get name, and this name is this thing. It's basically just a name. So what is this? Is this like the type? Oh no, don't worry about it. So yeah, it's just basically like the type of that Pokemon. So for example, Ditto is of type normal. It's like a normal Pokemon type, and basically we're doing that. We're just saying or formatting like our text like Pokemon type is so from Pokemon types get the type of Pokemon and get the name of that type of Pokemon. And yeah, so I don't know if I'm doing this correct. I think I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Let me just try to go here again and try to see if something got wrong. Not model annotated text. Did I did something wrong? Oh yeah, I think because I just installed something new here, I need to recreate my application. So I'm just going to run again my Streamlit application to try to see if now it recognizes like this this model. Oh no, model name annotated text. Interesting. So where are we getting that? Oh right. Yeah, I know. I know why. It's because in this batch we were not on our virtual environment. Yeah, sorry for that. So let me just quit this. So now that we are on our virtual environment, let's just try to install that. So that is why it is important to use a virtual environment. So as you see on the virtual environment, we have like our um, isolated isolated environment of all things. So if we have like different projects in the same folder or like in the same PC, we are going to see like each project has its own stuff, right? So okay, so it looks like everything is now up to date. So let's try to run again our Streamlit application, and looks like everything is good. So let's try to see if not now it's working. And please let me know. Yeah, let's go. It is a normal type of Pokemon type, right? But I want to give a kind of color to this, right? So, genetics now for those pronoun. So let's try to go here to documentation to give a color to this. So annotated for more customization of the demo app. Okay, so let's go here and try to see the customization options of this. And basic sample annotation is just tuples, nested arguments, customizations. Yeah, let's go. Okay, yeah, so it is as easy as passing like the kind of color that we want for our data. And I think we can use that on, I'm thinking, yeah, it is as easy as going here and looking for the data, Pokemon data types, no, Pokemon types, colors. Oh, look, this guy has already built like a dictionary for us. So that is cool. Let's use it in our environment, in our application. So let's try to build this dictionary up here. Well, I want to set up here, right? So let's quit this and let's also delete this, and there you go. Now you have a real normal Python dictionary. So okay, we have find that, and oh yeah, let me create a push. Well, let me finish this first because if not, I think I'm going to be feeling some kind of weird. Pokemon type, and instead of Pokemon type, yeah, I don't think we don't need that. Colors, Pokemon, So we can just make something like type is equal to, well, Poke type is equal to Pokemon, yeah, this. So instead of putting this, we're just going to use the Pokemon type variable. And for colors, we're going to use the same thing. Instead of using this, we're going to say Pokemon type. Yeah. And yeah. I don't know if. Oh yeah, you were not saying this, right? Sorry for that. I always forget like to change my my tab. So the only thing that we did was to create a new variable called Pocket type that basically takes this long code here called Pokemon data that get typed that get name that I explained before, like why are we doing that? It is because of the structure of the JSON, and after that we're using something like annotated text, which is the component that we installed into our Streamlit application, and we also were using like the colors and the Pokemon type. So yeah, basically is for displaying a color into our Pokemon type. But I'm not sure if this is correct because I think I was looking for the documentation again. So let me go here and yeah, it looks like everything is fine. Okay, so let's see if this is correct. Nested customization, custom styles. Yeah, I don't want that. Okay, so looks like we are ready to go. So let me just go here again and let's try to reload this. And name normal is not defined. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Each one of these should have like their own string. So grass, ice, fighting, poison, ground, flying, psychic, book, rock, ghost, dragon, dark, no, steel, and fairy. Okay, so I'm going to fix this stuff. And there you go. So let's try to go here again, reload this, and Pokemon type is not defined. Is it Pocket type? Yeah, it is Pocket type. So yeah, let's just go to Pocket type and use Pocket type here. And go again here and try to reload this. There you go. So we have normal. Oh, I don't think this is correct. So we have Pokemon type, Pocket type. Yeah. So instead of using this, why don't we just use something like this and type and colors Pocket type? Let me see if this works correct. We reload this. So we have normal. Interesting. Why is this not working? Oh, I see. So it looks like we can use just something like this and okay, so I think this should work. Yeah, now it works. Nice. So the only thing that I did was to add, so for changing like our colors, or like for passing the colors, so the annotated text component receives 3 arguments. The first argument is like the title of the annotated text. The subtitle is like the second argument, and the third argument is like the actual color that we want to display. So because we don't want like a subtitle here in annotated text, we are just passing like an empty string, but we're passing colors as we're passing like the Pokemon type of that is inside of our dictionary. So in this case, Ditto is a normal Pokemon, so it has a kind of brown color that we can see here. So yeah, it is Ditto. It weighs 40 pounds, and it is a normal Pokemon type. And because it is normal, it has like brown color, maybe something like that. And now let me create a push. Okay. Let me just read the comments. Oh yeah, and let me do the push. So Pokemon types. Pokemon API fetch, and let me pass this and push it. Yep, I want to push it, and now let me read the comments. Okay, so I'm sorry, I was really into the streamlit explanation. Oh, the visualization we can. I mean, yeah, we can use Grafana for kind of monitor Python stuff. Yeah, we can use them, but I don't know if we're going to see that in this stream. Maybe if we were looking something like DevOps Week or something like that, maybe that would be cool. Uh, yeah. So you can also import Graph if you wanted. Oh yeah, you're right. That would be awesome. Automation kind of stuff. Okay. So we're pausing. Yeah, I'm using Linux. I don't know which kind of Linux. I think this is Debian. I think CodeSpace is just Debian. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry if I forgot to show my Visual Studio Code. I'm so sorry. uh, yeah, yeah. Well, it exists in Pokemon. If you think about it, like there are kind of normal Pokemons, but some of the normal Pokemons looks like real life animals, something like that. Should we call PETA? I don't know. Yeah, thank you so much, Shem. So we're going to continue with our work. So until now, we have like our title, we have data, we have Pokemon weight and normal, and the image of data, right? And also, as you can see here, Streamlit has like some kind of tools that allows us to uh, do some stuff with the data that we pass to it. So it is easy for you to see like all that kind of stuff that we're using. But yeah, so now let's kind of try to get a different kind of data. Like maybe we can put something like a random number and just try to search the number of the Pokemon. So what if I pass one instead? Pokemon detail type tree ability or Pokemon limit offset. Can I search the Pokemon by the number of Pokedex? I don't know. Okay, let's try to see the documentation. So Pokemon wrapper libraries, resources pagination, Pokemon API endpoint. Let me 20 name count next previous get this is for berries encounter evolution games item location machine Pokemon. Okay, Pokemon. Get ID or okay, this is by ability. But can I do it for ID? Okay, this is for ID ability. ID can I use? Pokemon ID. I don't know. I think it can. Gender, Pokedex. Pokedex, ID or name. Search Pokemon by their Pokedex number, Pokemon API. Pokemon search, Pokemon API, documentation, how to search Pokemon, text, Poke API, hi, Pokemon species. Oh yeah. Okay, so looks like we can use just Pokemon species. Okay, so let me go back here and Pokemon species and use like a number. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like this is the URL that we need to do for finding a Pokemon by the Pokedex. So for example, if we want to use Pikachu, we should use this 25. So let's try to do that by, instead of searching for this. Okay, so for doing that, let's just return here and let's try to change the URL to this one. And instead of passing this number, this is going to be a random number. And I think, no, this is plus random number. And let me try to see if this works. So def, yeah, random number is going to be random 151, and yeah, looks like everything is good. Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah. So yeah, let's try to see if this works. Okay, so I'm reloading this. Non-type object has a very blah 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 data sprite. Object has an attribute get oh, but actually fetch some data. Stadio. Psyduck. Yeah, it is fetching some data, but I don't know how sprites does that get from default. Let's see how this JSON is built, because I think now the structure changed. So let's try to see this, right? So let me copy this and now put it here. So front, it doesn't have any kind of front. Sprites, it doesn't have sprites. So if it doesn't have sprites, okay, maybe what we can do is education electric fence. Okay, I think this is for getting like just the name of the Pokemon. Yeah, I think we can do that. Like, we can use this for getting like the random Pokemon data, or like the Pokemon name. But let me go again here and search for name. Oh yeah, there's a lot of names. Ability, give me identities, Pokemon Ditto. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, this is name. So do we have the name? Oh yeah, we actually have already gotten the name, right? So this is going. Okay, so let me just share my screen again. Okay, so we first are going to get a random Pokemon name, Pokédex number. Then we're going to get a random fetch the name of that Pokemon, and then we're going to create a function called def get random Pokemon. It's going to pass a string that is like this, and it's going to fetch the data. Try you have Pokemon random number response and it's going to pass the data get name, right? So then we're going to use something like Pokemon name. It's going to be get random Pokemon, and then we're going to pass we're going to change this URL to the original one, and the original one was Pokemon. Yeah. Looks like this. Pokemon, and instead of using data, we're going to use the Pokename. And yeah, so I think this should work now. Yeah, it looks like everything should be neat. So yeah, first we get a random Pokemon Pokédex number between 1 and 150, and then we're going to fetch just the name of that random Pokemon, and after getting that name, we're going to fetch all the data of that Pokemon, right? So let's try to see if this changed everything. Yeah, let's go. And also we have a legendary Pokemon, so that is like a lucky side. So we have a Zapdos. It has a weight of 526 pounds, and it is an electric type of Pokemon. And if we reload this, we're going to now have a dragon Pokemon that is Dratini. Let's see, what kind of Pokemon are we getting now? So we have an Executor. It weighs, oh my god, 1,200 pounds. It is a grass Pokemon. So neat. We have seen a lot of stuff. Um, oh my god, there's so many Pokemons, like 10,000 or tons a lot of Pokemons. So cool. Now we have find a way to find random Pokemon. Um, so now the thing is, how can we use this data information for building a data for using some kind of graphics here that we can use? So we have data elements. So let's go to see the data elements. So we have column configuration, static tables, metrics, and dictionary adjacents. So I'm thinking, do we want to use this? Can we use instead of using this, like using a chart or something like that? Scatter plots and matplotlib has simple scatter charts. I'll tell you. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. So we have spices, streamlit, spices. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. So can we use something else? Image comparison, double canvas. What do you think? What should we build with this kind of information? So we have static elements, current file utilities, echo help. I don't know. What do you suggest? What should we do with this? Oh my god, that is a lot. Yeah, you're right. So let's just try to update this number. So instead of getting like the original 150 Pokemons, let's try to get like, I don't know, 2,278, I think it was. And let me share my tab again and let's try to see this. Yeah, actually we are getting more Pokemons. Oh, oh wow. What happened? I think we got into like a limit of Pokemon because now we're not getting like any kind of Pokemon. So I'm going to assume that the maximum is 10,000. So I'm going to use, instead of doing that, using just 1,000 of Pokemons. Yeah. Oh wow, Pampur. I I was playing the other day Pokemon Black and White, and I hate this Pokemon. This Pokemon doesn't have any kind of abilities. It is kind of useless, but it appears so much like in the first areas. Oh my god! And Pollen is one of my favorite Pokemons of all time. It's like the goat, but instead of being the goat, it's like the penguin or like the emperor. Uh, two Pokemon comparisons. Well, that'd be good. That'd be good. So if we want to see the Pokemon comparisons. This can be something like this. Um, okay, yeah, that is a great. Yeah, actually, that is a really good suggestion. So what I'm thinking is like having two kind of Pokemons and a chart for each one of them, like a bar chart for each kind of Pokemon ability, or like weight or height or something like that. So let's try to do this. Yeah, let's try to do that. So random number. So first way to get a random number, and then random number again, number two, and yeah. So we're going to get a random Pokemon two. Oh well, and the number, right? And this is going to be an int. So we can pass this as, instead of using this as the number, and then get random Pokemon of random data, random number, and Pokemon the name. 2 is equal to get random number. Yeah, there you go. And then get Pokemon data, and we're going to post like Pokemon name, and this is going to be Pokemon name. Then Pokemon data 2 is going to be Pokemon 2, and this is going to be Pokemon. Okay, so if we have 8 Pokemon data and Pokemon data 2. Then we're going to do that. So we need to divide this into sections. So for sectionizing, I think we have, we're going to see, let me see, right, text elements, markdown, party, blah, 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 data elements, chart, I don't want that, input, text input, date input, party, the party elements, media, layouts and containers. Yeah, this is what I want. So we have a container, and can we have two containers on the same part? Okay, so this is a multi-element container, but I don't want this. So columns, side. Oh yeah, I want columns. So we're going to have two columns. So this is column one. Okay, yeah, this is what I want. I want columns. So let's try to see within warning columns. Blah, 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 blah. I just want two columns. I'm going to put this one here, and let me just put this here. And oh my god, I need to move this with one tabulation. Oh. Yeah, and actually I'm not sharing this. Yeah, now I am. So with colon, and let me move this again, and let me move this again, and let me delete this one. I just want two columns. So I'm going to pass all the Pokemon information, and I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. And I'm going to pass this as this in. Cool. And yeah, now all should be ready to go, right? But I need to change this to Pokemon data 2. So I'm just going to copy and paste this like this. Pocket type is going to be yeah. Yeah, I think with this everything should be ready to go. Let me just load this and see if it actually changed. So it is taking some time here. Yeah, let's go. We have now two different Pokemons at the same time by just separating them with columns. So you can make a sidebar in streamlit to let users make choices for data to be displayed. That might be cool to compare to more Pokemons. Yeah, you're right. That'll be cool. I don't know if we have like enough time to finish that because we need to finish like in 15 minutes. But yeah, make a sidebar and then put the output in container. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That is totally a super cool idea for generating that. Let me push the changes here. So two Pokemons. I know this is not a good practice of some commit text, but yeah, we're just we're not we don't have like enough time for making like a good practice commit. But yeah, so now let's try to grab a chart, like a bar chart from the streamlit library. So let me go again into the streamlit library and go into charts. Oh my god, why is it showing like that? Huh. Neat. Oh no, it got right? So this is media, toggle. Oh yeah, there you go. So we can use bar chart, but can you use, instead of using data as a data frame, can I pass something else? Like yeah, I can pass a dictionary. So should we vary with which kind of data that we want to showcase from the Pokemon? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that we can just use something like what? So st.bar chart, and data is going to be equal to this, right? So yeah, let's try to put this thing here, st.bar chart, and data, Pokemon data that get that stat that base stat. No, I actually want to show play like the data. Oh yeah, we need to build a dictionary, right? So this okay, so we do need to build the dictionary because comparison is going to be a dictionary that is going to have like the Pokemon name, Pokemon 1 and Pokemon 2. That is going to be the Pokemon name. But we're going to showcase the difference between. I'm thinking. So we have ability, base experience, cry, form, game indexes. Maybe their HUD. Their HUD looks easy to display. HUD. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. So let me share this tab. So this is going to be, instead of this, the Pokemon data that get in the name of the Pokemon, and that capitalize. And let's do again this for Pokemon data 2. And it is going to be the same stuff, but for hide, right? And then pass comparison. Let's try to see if this actually works, because I'm not really sure about that. About just passing a dictionary as a chart. I don't know. Yeah, actually, it is dying. Oh, Pokemon data that capitalize Pokemon data that get hide both the period for get a coma. Oh yeah, I didn't finish this right. So it should be like this. And now let me refresh this. Yeah, I forgot to close it like the parentheses of the capitalize function. Pokemon had okay. Oh yeah, the comma, right? Yeah, I forget to add this comma here. The comma at the final of the first parameter. Yeah, right. So let me do this again. Seems like I had to syntax error, and it is running. So we have Raybart and Escabir, and we're building our data frame. I think. Huh. Looks like it got into a loop. Oh no, actually, it actually started. Right. So it looks like both of these have like the same height. So let's try to see what happens if we have something like a Rayquaza versus a Ditto. So we have a Bronzer and Barmy. Both of them are like super tiny Pokemons. So is there any other thing that we can use? Version detail item, quick powder, moves, transform, lever, ID, default. Oh, name order possibilities, species, sprites. Yeah, I don't think. Oh yeah, we have a stat. Yeah, we have stats, right? So maybe having some other thing like the HP can change. So we have defense, special attack, defense. Uh, but actually, both of them like they don't differ so much, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe their number can be something. Yeah, because both of them are like like the same one. Uh, so as you can see, yeah, playing with this. Yeah, maybe we can work with that, right? So instead of using passing this, let's try to use the blah, 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 where it was. Where are you? Oh, there you go. So let's do stats, stat, and the name of the stat and the base stat, right? So we need the base stat, and also we need to store uh, the thing that we're going to say, right? So let's try to do capitalize and do some other thing here. And this is going to be the stat. Yeah, maybe we can do something like, I don't know. Stat? Stats of 0. Can I do that instead of? So actually I can, right? Because it is an array. So we're going to do HP. HP is going to be the Pokemon that get a base data has stats of 0, and this is going to be the HP, and we're going to do the same thing for the other one. Yeah, the comma, right? We're going to do the same thing for this. Yep, and there you go. So let's try to see if this differs, right? Oh yeah, but I don't know about this. Let's try to see what this does with this, because I'm not really sure about passing just like this object, because I think that he's. I think you need to set the access for the chart, otherwise you get. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, Let me see. X node, color node, data, color, yeah. Column name for username, the axis. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're totally right. So let's go to the documentation and see column name to use for the x-axis and the y for the y-axis. So yeah, I think we can do something like this, right? In the x is going to be equal to HP y Pokemon, and no, actually this is Pokemon, and this is going to be the axis. I'm sorry, HP. And we're going to pass a comparison of Pokemon data. I'm thinking of passing just the two first ones. I'm thinking of how to pass just the HP. So maybe for now we can just avoid using this by passing this as this. And well, I think I'm going to try to see if the axis things got already changed. So it looks like we have the comma, we have the other comma, right? So let's go again here. Let me share my tab, and let's see if this is working. So it is loading, and data does not have a column name. Pokemon available columns are 0. Model. Data does not have a column name. Pokemon available columns. All right, yeah. Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of other stuff. It's pulling data the SQL. It's pulling data the SQL for the two Pokemons in the chart right now. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, Yeah, totally. So instead of using this, I'm just going to pass just an HP is also not set. So I'm going to see the documentation again. So share this everything. All right, yeah. So because this was taught for the data, because this was taught for data frames. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this component is usually thing about like for data frames, and data frames sound like tables, so it is easy as easy as just having like the x axis and putting like the name of the column that we're comparing, and the y, and again the name of the element that we're trying to compare. Like for example, in this JSON, I can, if I was using a data frame, it is as easy as passing the name of the, I don't know, the HP stats or something like that. But if it was on our original data frame, right, like this one, that is abilities against dark against dragon, blah 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 blah. But yeah, so let me think again how to do this. Because if I pass this comparison, this does this is what? Let me see. Yeah, they have like the same weight. Is it weight? No, it is actually HP. Huh. Also, I hate this monkey, like this zombie pawn evolution. Like the first one is super cute. It's like super cute. It is super awesome, but I don't know about this one, right? Oh, so yeah. Oh my god, Poliweir. I love Poliweir. And is it weird that they have like both the same? Um, let me try to read again the documentation to try to see how to set the axis. The limit hi, 0 to user continue with true so can read and different columns used for x and y. So PD the, oh yeah, wait, why don't we just build a data frame for this, right? Column one, release range and random bar chart. So can we do that for Pokemon, like for just adding the Pokemon data? Okay, let's try to ask ChatGPT that. Let me pass my code to ChatGPT, and let's try to see what this ChatGPT says. Because I want to see what this ChatGPT can do with this. Okay, so let's just try to do something like, hey, this is my Python code. Building a Pokemon data comparison application. Do you think there's a way for traversing each Pokemon stats element or like object from the stats array? A bit from the stats array. And displaying it as in the st dot bar chart. And let's see. Yes, you can traverse each Pokemon stat object by how stats array displaying the st bar chart. You can modify your code loop, blah 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 blah. So let's see what it does. Create a dictionary to get yeah, this get name. All right, we can do just list comparison. Oh yeah, we can use list comprehension. Yeah, that is why it's good to have always ChatGPT, right? So yeah, let's try to do that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't thought about that. Chart stats of data too, and stats of data is equal to study again. Did I close this for Pokemon? Blah 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 blah. That get name, bit stat and So now let's try to pass. Yeah, let's try to do that in that data frame. Is it data frame? I don't know. Let me go again to the documentation to see if this was data frame. So API reference text elements, header perform a annotated text elements, data frames. Yeah, it is data frame. Okay, so we can do that and then do data frame and pass just the stats df and see if this works. Let me see where my application is. So let's see if this actually does something, because I don't know, I'm really intrigued about it. Oh my god, yeah, but this is a data frame. I don't want a data frame. I want a bar chart. And also, this is just getting the data frame from one Pokemon. Huh, interesting. Right. Yeah, you're right. So should I pass just the data frame of each one? So I think we can do that by just passing data frame and stats the data and like an array and stats data 2 and the index is going to be 0, and then instead of passing this we're going to use st bar chart and use the star stats data frame. And let me go again into my bar chart to see if this is actually like this. It's bar chart. Yeah. So yeah, the only thing that we did was basically adding an array and passing in this array like both of the objects, and it is bar chart and the stats.df. I mean it's stats underscore df. So let me reload this again and see if this is already finished. And what about this method index 1? Index 0. Can I quit this and pass and reload this again? Yeah, see, this is the one, the evolution I told you. So there we go. Nice, neat. The only problem is that now we need to do something else for adequating the indexes of each one of them. And also this is a 0 and a 1, and I don't want to display that. I want to display the name of the Pokemon. And the chart. And should we add the stat for each one of them? Yeah, so unfortunately we're almost out of time, so I'm going to bring I'm going to give 2 minutes or 5 minutes to ask questions or to solve some kind of question if you have. So yeah, so as you can see, like let's try to recap everything about today. So we learned how to use Streamlit. We learned how to use Streamlit for building a kind of Pokemon data visualizer application, a Pokemon comparator. And we learned that Streamlit is super easy to use. Like Streamlit has like the most easy syntax of the world. Everyone can learn how to use Streamlit and build their own application, data visualization tools, or Pokemon comparators, things like that. We'll learn how to make a request with Python with the request library to try and fetch information from other APIs or other parts of the internet. So we also learn how to import some component from the community from Streamlit, We also learn how to create our own data frames and use those data frames with the help of GitHub Copilot and with the help of ChatGPT and all the stuff. And we learned again how to use the Pokemon API. So we use two different URLs, the one for just getting data from a Pokemon and the other one for getting the information about a Pokemon from its ID of the Pokédex. And also we learned how to use different components in the Streamlit, like how to display information, how to create text elements, how to create chart elements, how to create also this other component from another library from the community. Like the cool thing about Streamlit is that you can use third-party components that their own members of the community of the Streamlit create. So you can use them however you want, and you can use them for building awesome things. Like I have seen like persons in real life using Streamlit for everything. Like for example, the government of Nuevo León here in Mexico uses a lot of Streamlit. For their own government applications, data visualization tools, and things like that. You can also search for Streamlit in GitHub to find awesome libraries in Streamlit. And yeah, so we learned also how to display a data frame, how to display data editor, how to read a CSV thanks to the CSV library, and how to use the CSVs from Kaggle, how to download them. And also, I think we learned that it is easy to build things with Streamlit. Like, for example, here we built like a column. So if you're seeing this, like, I don't know, this element has just less than 100 lines of code, and we already are making some things like creating charts, like getting random Pokemon information, doing also like formatting text and colors for each kind of things that we want to do. So, for example, the Pokemon weight has a different display than the type of Pokemon that we're using, and it has like different format than the board breed, like the name of the Pokemon. And if we had more time, we could be able to build a different kind of chart that is more adequate for this kind of information that we're trying to display. And so now you may be saying like, hey, David, for the end, how can I deploy my Streamlit application? So I think it is as easy as just going here to the tutorial and just going here and deploying my app. So looks like we have a need to do is from your workspaces is share the Streamlit how could new out. Oh yeah, so it looks like we need to go here at this URL called share.streamlit.io, create our community profile, and we can just upload it with our GitHub code spaces and create a push, and then just upload like the code to the Streamlit cloud. So looks neat, looks cool, looks easy to go. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time because I need to finish like the stream. But yeah, let me just push the changes like the end. And okay, super cool. And let me push them right now. So let me put here a set and ta-da. Okay, so looks like we have finished. Thank you so much for your time. Let me close everything and go again here. And yeah, you can do it like a CSV is basically like a text file, like a text file. You can imagine that just commas are your columns, and for each line in your text file, each comma is going to be one column in your data frame. So you can use them however you want. Thank you so much, Phila, for being here. Thank you so much, Emery. Thank you so much, Sufani, Tabera, Stellar, Tabera. Thank you so much. I really need to go. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Hope you learned a lot. And thank you so much, School Crusher, By Benning, Stellar, DJ Bus. Am I missing someone? I think not. Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Rahul and Amisi and Poyagunapo. So see you, everyone. Yeah, the link good. The GitHub link. It's Oh my God, where is? I think I closed it. Oh my God. Oh, let me pause it and pause before the stream ends. Oh, let me go to repositories. No, repositories. Let's go, please. Let me see beta report. And blah, 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 blah. There you go. So here's a repository if you want to use it. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Shamari. And okay, yeah. Now see ya, everyone. See ya. Bye.